welcome to the Big Klobowski Show. Today we're on the North Jetty of Siuslaw River, just outside of Florence, Oregon. The sun is setting, so we're going to cut a quick vlog. The ocean's pretty rough right now. Tide's going out. Tide will keep going out till about 8 o'clock tonight. We got a trough of about 4 feet, and with a cycle of about 4 second cycle, which means that the mouth's just pressing up pretty good. I just saw a crest wave right there. The bust's about 8 feet high. We had to probably have a 50-foot boat or better to get out right now. Pretty rough. Tide's moving up pretty good on the Siuslaw River. It's kind of, the sun's going down, but the crabbers are on the boat. We got 4 boats out in front of us here with lights on. So they're doing that. Crabbing's going good. But the old man winter, there's a little nip in the air. It's windy out here a little bit. I mean, not windy bad, but it's waking some heat out of me. Which I'm an Oregon native, so I'm all right with that. But it's all right. But it's kind of a churn of nature, which is good. It's a good thing to watch. It does good things for the heart, mind, and body and soul. It lets you realize that it's not that you're a little pissant, but you're not as powerful as you think you are. That the water and the elements of this world are pretty phenomenal to watch. You're not anything to be reckoned with. I walk up and down the North Jetty here tonight, looking for places to surf, fish, and fish different places. And I haven't seen a whole lot because the rocks are pretty intense. But you get on those rocks, and you never turn your back on this ocean. I saw a log floating earlier, floating out to sea. You never turn your back on this ocean, because when you do, you're going to be in the next world. Because this ocean doesn't clown around. There's bodies and people in the ocean that you and I won't find. But as far as if I was going to go surfing, if I had a wetsuit right now, the waves are pretty nice right now. The water's pretty chilled. We just saw a guy in the water, but there's a lot of people on the beach walking around tonight. Kind of phenomenal for January. I think it's 16th today. So we got that. Had a good day. Had 7 oysters, raw ones. Yeah, Florence, Oregon, baby. You got to come to Florence, Oregon. Eat 7 raw oysters across from the Sportsman. You got to go see my friends and ladies at the Sportsman shop. They sell fishing gear. They sell riding gear, all kinds of good stuff for playing in the sand, to playing in the surf, for playing in the water. So I want to give a shout out to those guys. I also want to give a shout out to my producer, the Bear. He's a hell of a man. I keep watching these videos because he busts his ass to make it happen, really. So he's a good man. And look at that wave. My sister, she's with us. She said, no in hell, I'm going to go across that bar. But I'm a riverboat gambler, so I would do it. I would do it. I'm a riverboat gambler. But I'll tell you again, man, you got to be a pretty good seaman and a pretty good skipper to do it. And I want to give another shout out to all my friends that are fishermen offshore. Them boys and girls, man, they're tough. They're strong. I mean, there's two things in this life that would take your life real quick. One is logging. Another's fish on this ocean. It's a thrill. But I'll tell you, man, it takes a skilled professor to do it. But freak things happen in logging, freak things happen on the ocean, which we all know. But man, you gotta make it happen to do it, and you gotta love what you do. Because I mean, that ocean right now, I mean, if you didn't have good sea legs, you'd be doing the old sea chum thing, and a lot of people would. But a lot of people wouldn't have came by to do it. But that's what I would do, because I don't get sea chum. But my poor dad, the Don, he wouldn't do it right now. He always called this place here Chicken Point. He'd always come in with the boat and look at the bar that I'm looking at right now and figure out if he wanted to go out or not. Then he'd go back into Florence, and he would launch to the public dock, and him and Uncle Orv would go out, and whoever else they brought with him. Or if I was with him and my brother-in-law, my buddy, old Big Dick McLaughlin, my buddy, my brother-in-law that passed on, we'd shoot the gap head out. But today if I had the Don with me, he wouldn't shoot the gap, because he said, son, a little too rough to go out. So we'll come back another day, but it's all right. It's a thrill. It's a phenomenal action to be on the coast. And the waves on that South Jetty right there, that wave right there almost came clear up over the South Jetty there. And like I said, we're on the North Jetty. And the trough's getting bigger, and the span's a little bit bigger, but But you can tell it's always treacherous when the tide's going out and the ocean's coming in, because it builds a block, it builds a wall, and so it creates a big wave and a big hump in the middle, and that's what makes it rougher to go out. Ideally, to go out in the ocean, you want to go out on an incoming tide, is when you really want to go out. And so there's water flowing towards you, and it's not buckling up. You know, and we know that tides are all based on the moon phase, which is all right. But yeah, we just have to be wise. And always remember when you're fishing, I don't care where you're at. I mean, especially in the ocean. I got to just clarify, in the ocean. Cross any of these bars in Oregon, it's the roughest part of the experience. You always want to be life jacketed up, or be on a guide boat. Be on a boat like out of Garibaldi or Newport. Those boats are very well built, 50-footers. You got a professional guide on board. But you know where the life jacket's at, and it gets kind of rough, because it's those jaws. It's those jaws that are the roughest part. It's about that 100 yards of that passport going in and out. That's the roughest. Once you get in the open ocean, it's usually all right. Or once you get past those jaws of 100 yards, it's usually all right. But it's that 100 yards that a lot of things happen. A lot of things can come unwound real quick. So I just want everybody to be safe. And the Coast Guard, they do a great job, but you know, they don't, fishing them out of the ocean, a lot of times they don't fish you out alive, my friends. They fish you out when you have to go downtown. And we don't want that, man. We want you to live a good life. But you know, I gotta say this, so man, what a way to go if the Lord's gonna take you that way. It's you be outside, and it'd be a fun, it'd be an adventure. And I think that, I don't want to talk about past along, but I think that a lot of people will like the adventure. And if the ocean's in your blood, water's in your blood like it is mine, you have those experiences at times when you think it might happen. I've been caught in the ocean when it's rough, and up in Newport, Oregon, had a phenomenal guide, and we got in, but it's got a little scary. You reach for the rain pants, and you kind of start thinking about your life and enjoying the good times, and thinking we want to make her in if things go haywire. But you know, a lot of things, but most of the time it's all right. But we just got to be cautious, be well schooled. You know, just like in fishing and on the ocean, always be schooled. You know, always listen to your deckhands. Always listen to mostly listen to your captain, and to listen to your bar reports, because the bar reports are very accurate. The Coast Guard, they stay on top of that stuff, and so just kind of always watch and pay attention to what's going on. You'll be all right. But never turn your back on the ocean, because it can be very mellow at times, flat as the floor, but it can be rough. But it can rock up to 8 feet, and that's what we're seeing right now on the bar here in Florence, Oregon. With that being said, man, hey, we love you, and keep it real. And remember, man, fish on and prong on. Deuces.